Hello, Chalkin History friends. I'm here. I'm still here. I apologize for the inconsistency that I am displaying. We've just had a lot of family medical issues with our parents. My husband's mom, my parents. As I've mentioned before, I did lose my dad back in the spring, May. And we're still going through things in regards to that. That is a long process, in case you did not know. But however, we are here. I am trying to share my love with Chalkator and all the things. So hopefully, hopefully get this off. There we go. Hopefully we can get this going again. Also, I will be not available starting Sunday for a weekish. My husband's mother hurt herself pretty badly. So we've been kind of going up and she lives about 3 or so hours from us. We've been going back and forth, splitting time with his brothers, trying to take care of her, just visiting in the hospital, rehab, all that kind of stuff. She gets released, hopefully, in a few days. So we will be back and forth there. Also back and forth between another property that we own to get things squared away there. So I do apologize. It's a crazy. I'm in my crazy era right now. It's crazy right now, absolutely crazy. But if you're here, say hello. I'm happy you're here. If you're catching the replay, you can say hey anyway, and I will see your comments. Okay, as promised, we are going to play with or talk about our chalk spot surfaces. Chalk spot is new. It is our version of the bullseye section. You know, you can go in there and you can get fun chalkboards and wood signs that are usually already decorated, usually in a color that you don't want, usually in a shape or size you can't use. You know, you have to take nail polish remover to get off whatever they printed on it, or it has metal on it, or it has little wood on it, and you try to chip it off and you ruin it. So we've come up with our own cute little sized surfaces. So I wanted to talk to you about that. Video description has all the links you need, okay? And then we will play with one at the very end. Okay, so first I want to talk about our gift tags. Now our gift tags we did have out earlier. They kind of just came out in our new surfaces because we did a little preview of some Christmas designs. I want to say there was little Christmas minis or something that we put on there. So it is an MDF surface. I would probably say it's a little less, it's a little less than 1/8 of an inch thick. These tags are 3x5s. These are perfect for our minis, all of our holiday minis that we've had in the past. I think we have a really cool Thanksgiving transfer that has like 5 or 6 little minis that you can use. That'd be cute to put on everybody's place setting for the holidays. You can get pretty creative with these. These are pretty fun. Just put them on your Christmas gifts. You can write, use a chalk marker or a Sharpie and write out the to and the from on the back. I believe we had a transfer that had all that on there. So maybe we'll re-release that one as we get closer to the holidays. But those are the chalk tags. So on the same line of surfaces, we came out with some fun shapes that will fit a lot of our transfers. Okay, so we first came out with the 5-inch circle. You can see it's a nice shiny surface. You might even be able to sublimate on these. You know how we have those sublimation heat transfers designs. This is exactly the surface you want to use because it's that real shiny. However, if the design, if it has like white or it looks like it's white, you want to put it on a white surface so that the white shows up. Like we made that grungy t-shirt that I made that I thought the pumpkins would be white, but they were not. So anyways, you'll want to at least chalk it, paint it. Probably an acrylic paint would be best. You could definitely use our chalk paste, but then I would somehow give it a nice coating of a sublimation. Now they do have sheets you can buy, like a laminate sheet, or there is spray that you can spray on surfaces too to make them so that they can be sublimated on. All right, so we have 5-inch circles. We have 5-inch rounded edged squares. So it's a rounded edge. It doesn't come to a point. So they're 5 inches, 5 by 5 square. We also have 5-inch circles with holes. So, and then it comes with the jute to hang. Fun little ornaments you can make. And then you can string some farmhouse beads on there if you wanted to. You could use these, just do patterns to make ornaments for the Christmas tree. You could do a lot of things with these as well. Also, then I was thinking with our power punch, let's see where mine is. And I'm not going to do it on the square because I only have 4 squares and I don't want to ruin one of my squares, but I have an extra of a different size that I'm going to try it on. But you can also, with our power punch holes in the squares if you want to make those a hanging sign as well. All right, so we got those. So then we came out also with a 5 by 7. I got an extra one. They also all come in a pack of 2. This was a freebie when we went to Chalkin this past summer in June. But we have 5 by 7 tag shapes with a hole with twine. Those are fun. And then we came out with a 5 by 7 rounded corner rectangle. And then here's the extra I got. So with the extra, they only gave us one of these and then one of the 5 by 7 tags. So let's try that. Let's do, okay, I'm going to come in on the corner here. And just going to kind of, see, I always hold it upside down. I hold it so that I can see the hole. Just trying to see where they place their hole. So on the square or the rectangle, I would probably want to do on both corners. Oh yeah, that cut like butter, you guys. So easy. Speaking of cutting like butter, word is that our chalk spot surfaces can be cut with scissors. Now I don't know if I want to try it with my transfer scissors, but I think that's an awesome idea if you wanted to make smaller pieces. Let's see. Just kind of get an idea of where I want that second hole. Hopefully it'll line up. I think I'm okay there. I think. Okay. Let Yeah, that was hardly any effort whatsoever to do that. So now we have the 2 holes. We all have a bunch of jute to make our little hangers. But how cute is that? You could even go around and do both and do some kind of, or you could do a little pattern if you wanted to. And then you could do some weaving of ribbon if you wanted to do that with it. So get yourself a power punch. If you don't have one, it cuts our all of our simple shapes and now our MDF chalk spot things. And then these surfaces I'm going to show you come in a single pack. So we have a 9-inch circle. This, boy, too bad I didn't grab it. We have those bamboo boards that are about the same size. I wonder if that fits on in the inside of the bamboo board. I wonder. Same idea though. You can punch holes in there if you wanted to make it a hanging sign. Otherwise, put it in a little display stand, whatever you choose to do on it. And then we have a 9x12 sized tag, which is really nice. Again, with holes and twine all ready to go for you. That would be cute to put a couple little 2-3 little farmhouse beads on there, especially if you're decorating for Christmas or for Halloween. Get coordinating fun little beads, or you can paint them. Most of the beads are paintable, which is nice. But those are our chalk spot surfaces that we just released. Again, the gift tags we've had out not too long, but we did come out with those a little bit earlier than these shapes. And I'm going to kind of just stack those. And I want to show you 2 more surfaces that are the same material. And then we have to pick one of these. All right, let's pick this and this. And I have, where did I put it? Gosh, I brought it down. Where did it go? I must have grabbed it and then didn't grab it. Do you ever do that? Like you pick something up and then you put it back down? Huh. I literally had it in my hand. No, I don't know where it is. Anyways, okay, so this, you guys, are 3D decorative trees. You get a pair, which means you'll get 4 pieces. I can't believe I didn't. Where did I put that? Oh, gosh. I know I have it. I probably just, oh, there it is. See, I knew I had it. They kind of interlock into one another, which is kind of fun. Same material for our carrot leaner, same material for our snowman leaner. Look at how cute, right? So you have a bigger piece. Okay. I was going to put that together. That does not make sense. Okay, take 2 of the same size, but you'll see the slit on the bottom and then the slit on the top. So you kind of just put those together. And then you have a 3D, oh my gosh, Christmas tree. How fun is that? Now, the beauty of this surface is that you don't need a specific transfer. You can use any of your transfers that you have, any of your any of the patterns. We came out with a bunch of new patterns. You know, the plaid, the checkerboard plaid, the ivy. Oh my gosh, all kinds. The ones that say ho 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 on it. Oh, so many different patterns that you can use to decorate these trees, or just paint them green. And leave it at that. If you have very simple decorating in your house and you just want just a little splash of color, that's what I would do. I would just do, you know, find a couple greens that you like, a light and a dark, that are in the same kind of color family, and then put them together. and then put them with the rest of your tablescape or whatever. That would really look nice on your table for your holiday meals. So that's what these are. Those are the 3D decorative trees. I would love to have a class using these because I think they'd be so much fun for people to decorate. You just have to pick your own patterns, okay? Then another one. These are fun. This is Classic Ornaments. It's a 13 pack. It's your baker's dozen. They did 13 because they did, I want to say like 2, 2, 2, and 2, and or I count it. I have to count them. They had to throw an extra mitten in there to make it look like 2 pairs of mittens. Okay. So you got, look how cute these are. You got 3 Christmas trees. That's what it was. 3 gingerbreads. 3 candy canes, and then 4 mittens, so that you could have like 2 pairs. You could put them together. Oh my gosh, how cute would that be? Put them together, put a little greenery on your sign, or string them with jute. You can hang one lower than the other. So fun. Okay, now with these surfaces, we do have a transfer that matches. So I'm excited they did that. Very, very excited they did that. Now you can just chalk right on here, or you could paint them if you'd like to paint them, chalk them, whatever you want to do. But here is the transfer that goes with it. So you got the tree, the gingerbread, 2 different mittens. It's just the one mitten, the mirror image, and then same thing, mirror image of your candy canes. However, you could use this on the front and back. You just have to actually mirror image the surface. So that doesn't matter. Same thing, I'm surprised they didn't mirror image the tree. Let's see. I guess it doesn't matter. You could actually flip the tree too and do both sides on that one. Same thing with your gingerbread, because he's pretty uniform in design that you can flip it and have a gingerbread on both sides. Isn't he cute? Candy cane, so if you want to do this, and then you can do that. Okay, all good. This, I think, would also be a fun class to do. If you're local and you wanted to get together with me in the studio, I would love, love, love to do that with you. Before we know it, the holiday's gonna be here. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I'm in my crazy era, our crazy time era, and I'm also in, I think I'm starting my autumn era. Is anyone else ready for the autumn era? We've been in the 70s here. It's been so cool outside. It's just absolutely crazy. So I am gonna stick one of these in my transfer package because I want to get these made. These are fun, especially the gingerbreads. If you know me, you know I love gingerbreads, right? All right, now we're gonna pick something to do. And I brought down it's called Autumn Accents. And we are going to do it on, I think we're going to do it on our 5x7 tag. And I also have a fun surprise for you guys. It will be available in my wood shop. However, if you comment frames or frame, I will get more info out to you. We're going to use this leaf right here. This leaf is the only one that's in its entirety. Everything else, I guess this kind of is. But this is the only full leaf without anything behind it or in front of it. You know, like this one's missing part of the leaf. So that's our only full leaf. Let me show you what's coming in the wood shop. I made, look at that. That'll be for the big tag. Now, I'll show you just on a couple of these because they're all kind of, but it's a outer piece. Okay, there's an outer piece and an inner piece. I even like the look of just the inner piece. I think that's kind of cool, having that back, you know, the original surface show through. But this is the same size as the tag. And let me get rid of that. Stick that in there. That drops right in. You still have room for your tag or your twine. But how fun is that? Doesn't it make it look so fun and cute? I love it. I love it. Say hi, everyone, if you're hopping on. Let me know you're there. So that's, I did one for every shape of our chalk spot items. So the tags, the circles, the squares, the rectangles, and the gift tags. I did not do the ornaments, and I didn't do the Christmas trees. I think the Christmas tree, that'll be hard to do, I think. That might. I probably won't do the Christmas trees, the 3D decorative trees, but I might for the ornaments. I think that would be fun too, to do it for the ornaments. So I'll get to work on that. Anywho, let's get our frame. So you'll get the inner frame is cut out of a 1/8 inch thick wood, and then our outer frame is cut out of a 1/4 inch. So there's dimension there too. So what we'll do is we're going to chalk that leaf, and then we'll put our frame on. And how cute will that be? I think it'll be adorable. Alrighty. So next question is, do I paint my tag or do I keep it as is? Let's get our transfer out. Paint the tag or keep as is, friends. Probably going to do a little bit of a hot mess for my leaf. So it kind of would be nice to have this in the background. So I'm going to take this off. Put that to the side. And I'm not going to wax or anything. This is like slippery, slippery, slippery. So let's go ahead and get this off. And then try to get it centered. Well, it kind of maybe centered itself, which is kind of crazy. Let's see if I like it there. Not sure I like it that low. And then you know what we can do is we can always put this on there to see. I think I need to lift that more. Now it's just going to be this leaf. That's the only thing we're going to do on there. I think I'm going to lift it. I'm going to lift it a good 1/4 inch or so. So let's take that off. And I am going to kind of tilt it too. See how that, oops. There. Okay, we're gonna rub it down. Let's see what that looks like again. Get it to the bottom. Okay, I think that's pretty well centered. Let's see here. I think we're just a smidge over to the left, but I'm okay with that. All right, let's put this aside. Let's see what kind of paint colors we're going to use. We are going to use the new Marmalade. I'm also going to use the new Marigold. Oof, look at that pretty color. Let's bring out our Saucy. Do you remember Saucy? That was color of the month. Ugh. You guys, I just got my hair cut, but I really don't feel like she even I don't even feel like she cut it. I don't know. I'm supposed to be getting a perm, and we were supposed to go out of town, and then that kind of changed, and things got a little haywire. Do we want to do bark? No, let's keep it really fallish. What's this color? Cherry. Candy apple. Let's see here. What else I got? Cabernet. Ooh, we haven't used Cabernet yet. That's one of our new in vogue colors. It's a nice, like Merlot or dark wine color. That's pretty. We'll use those. Okay. Let's see. Some stir sticks here. Okay. So here's what I do. We're going to just kind of move it around a little bit. Oh, it matches my shirt. I'm just going to go around. Oh, nope. First things first. First things first. I am going to grab some washi tape. I did just get brand new transfer tape, thank goodness. And I'm going to cover up that leaf that is kind of surrounding the middle leaf there. Because I do not want to get paste there. Let's turn it around. There we go. That kind of just gives me a visual not to go over that way. Okay, let me get this taped up here. Too bad it's not like bendable. Too bad we don't have tape that we can make it go in like a rounded fashion without leaving gaps. You know, somebody needs to invent that. Okay. Get in there. A little bit of that corner away here. Did I get that? Okay. All right, I think I got it all covered. All right, now we can get to it here. And then I usually just kind of plop it wherever. This is Saucy. Gosh, I loved Saucy. Saucy was a really good fall color. Now, because this is not the first color that was laid down, I do have some of that other color on there, so I am going to put the rest of these sticks, the stir sticks, on paper towel. I don't want to put it back in my jar, so make sure you're getting enough paste. Okay, put that there, and then we'll get a little bit of the marmalade. Honestly, all these colors mixed, we'll probably get some oranges in there. All right, so a couple different techniques I use to do hot mess. Sometimes I'll get like my finger just a little moist, just like a little squirt of water, and I'll just kind of push it down and wiggle a little bit. Or I do just take the stir stick. Oops, oh shoot, I got it over there. You don't want to wiggle too much because you don't want to make another color unless you do. I am trying to avoid making a new color with all these. So I just kind of press it down. Just kind of press it down. Okay. All right, lots of excess ink on there. All right, I think I'm gonna add a little more Cabernet in there. See, it's pretty well covered, so I'm gonna see if I can get that kind of mixed in. But I just kind of smash it down. Trying to get it a little darker at the top. Okay. Then you're gonna take a squeegee. Now you cannot put this back in any jar. So we're just gonna squeegee that off. Again, make sure you're not hitting any other portions of that transfer that you don't want it to go. Like I need to be very careful I don't hit that leaf, and I kind of did already. So I think with this kind of surface, it should be easily clean, you know, it'll clean up really easy. Now, you can kind of see where all my colors are. If it looks kind of unnatural to you or something like that, then you can go in and, you know, add some more color. I could kind of tone that yellow down a little, or that Cabernet down. Okay, you could always get some of your excess just to kind of blend that in, and some tone that marigold down. Okay, and then just come back and get that off. There we go. Okay, definitely want to squeegee that all off though. All right. And then we're going to take this off. Hold your surface down. Look how pretty. Oof, so pretty. Okay, we're going to put this to the side. They are water soluble, which means you can wash it with water. So easy peasy cleanup. We're going to let this sit to the side here. Make sure that's not wet. And then we are going to paint our frames. I might just take the paint from here, since it's kind of mixed and it's kind of that orangish and reddish color. I'm just gonna use that and just kind of dab it, because I do want that color fluctuation It does appear to be kind of one color here. Kind of dab some of that off. I like sometimes dabbing these foam brushes because it gives a nice raised texture as well. This is going to be so pretty. You know, if you want, we can come over and maybe scrape off some of that yellow. We could always come back and add some marigold on there. I love that we can paint with our chalk paste. Because then I know all of my project is going to match. I'm not worried about trying to match paint colors to my chalk colors. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to try. We're going to have to get another little scoopy here. Just going to take a little bit of this. And we're going to put it on my napkin here. Just going to hit it in some spots here. Okay, now we're going to try to dab that a little bit. Again, I don't want it too crazy bright. So we're going to kind of work it in a little bit here. I'm loving how this is turning out. Oh my, I really like that. Oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. All right, we're gonna let that dry. So now I'm gonna come in and I think I really want to do the inside more of this marigold. And it will have hints of this darker, like that color. We'll get it on first and then we'll kind of get that other color in there. Get this darker color incorporated, which I love it. So I still have that darker color on this brush. And then if I need to pick up more, I can always pick up more. I'm gonna just kind of dab it off a little bit so it's not so strong. Because I do want that marigold. We don't want any abrupt lines of difference either, so make sure it's all blended in. Let's go ahead and get this a nice little dry here. I have to see what kind of wood beads I have. We'll probably have to paint them. We'll use that to do that. This is going to look so nice together. Get my glue gun started here. You could use wood glue or hot glue. Go on the inside like that. Love it. Check my bottoms, make sure they're not painted. Oh my gosh, how pretty is that? Okay, nice. Now if I don't want to use the hanger, I don't have to. I could use a cute little, like a little easel. We have gold easels in our shop. It doesn't quite cover the hole all the way. So I am going to put this back in there before we glue it back down. That in there. Pull super tight so it's really flat against my board. And then we'll do the big board first, or the outer piece of the frame, and then we'll do the inner part of the frame. Let's make sure that's dry. Again, all the necessary links for products used is in the video description. If I wanted to do like make the vein of the leaf a different color, I could go in there with, you know, a little teeny brush or a chalk marker of a different color, whatever you guys would want to do it with. Wait for that. But first we'll do this. It looks good like that. It looks good with both. It looks even really fun. I could do that so that it doesn't cover the hanging piece. That's cute too. Gosh, there's so many ways you could do this. I think I'm going to use everything since I cut it. And then whenever you're putting like the frames or wood cutouts on top of wood cutouts, make sure you kind of like put it on its edge so that it lines up perfectly. Okay. Let's see. Do I have wood glue? Thought I did. You guys, it's just been, like I said, crazy town. I haven't been able to concentrate on anything. Again, our parents have had some, not mental, some medical issues that is demanding our time lately, which is fine. I don't mind helping at all. You know, you care so much about your parents and you don't like to see bad things happen to them, and you want to help them as much as you can. So that is what we're doing. Okay, it's starting to drip. We're going to put a nice little thin line all around the edges here. Word on the street is I have a niece who's expecting, and she's in the process of doing that today. Having a baby. So fun. Gonna be a great aunt again. Okay, let's put this down. I'm really gonna squeeze it up here by the string here so we can get that to connect. Again, you don't have to use the string. These frames just about cover the hole up there. It might have dried on me before, or yeah, it might have cooled down before I could really get that down. So we'll see if that's going to be held. Or what we'll do is just use wood glue for this. Which I thought I had some, friends. Here we go. I knew I had some. Does this dry clear? Dries natural color. I like the wood glue that dries clear. This says waterproof and stainable. Well, let's see what this one does. Come on. Here it comes, here it comes. Ooh. And that's why you want it to dry clear. Just gonna put it around with my fingers. You could take a nice little paintbrush, paint a little layer on. Wipe off those edges. Doesn't want to come out. Oh, geez, and then it comes out in a big glob. Why? Why? Okay. Get that big blob there. Messy Marvin. Okay, pick that up. Like I said, clear off any edges. It does dry clear, which is awesome. Again, if you want to get your hands on some of these frames, go ahead and comment frames. Pretty simple. And I will get you the info on how you can get your hands on some. Yeah, this top one is Not wanting to stick with hot glue. Let me hold this one down. It's stuck in some spots and not in others. I'm also going to take this. This is a wet wipe, so just be careful you're not getting the chalk paste. Just going to kind of get in there. In the seams. Take that off. What I'll do is probably put some hot glue around that twine. Or what we could do, honestly, is we could take that twine out. And then we can just attach it to the back. That will be sufficient. Okay, now I need to peel this hot glue off, because that will not lay flat if I don't. I do like it like that though. Where is, get a scraper. Comes right off with the scraper. So I should be around tomorrow. What should we do tomorrow? Do you want to do something autumnish again? Do we want to, oh, you know what? I want to show you guys all the transfers that just came out. The new Peanuts line. They're so cute. Who's excited to watch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown? That was always a fun one, outside of course the Christmas one. When I was a kid, it would always come on at 8:00 p.m. where I lived. And I had a curfew as a kid that I had to go to bed at 8:00. So on those nights, because it was only one night a year they would show that, the Peanuts Christmas, I'd have to beg my mom, "Mom, please, can I stay up?" And she'd let me stay up and watch it. I'm trying to think what would follow it. There was usually something else that would follow it. Did you guys have to do that too? Did you ask to stay up later just so you can watch it? I must have enjoyed sleeping that early. I think I was a good sleeper as a kid. Don't remember not. Of course, now I can't sleep for anything. Oh, isn't it fun getting older? Excuse me. So fun. All right, I'm just going to spread this again with my fingers. It's built-in paintbrush. I mean, if you're not going to get dirty when you're crafting, then are you really crafting? You gotta get dirty. Okay. Like I said, it does, I believe this does dry clear. So if it gets a little on the outside edges, it's okay. Oh yeah, that's much better. So much better. Kind of wipe the edges there. Let's see here. I'm gonna let this dry, see how it dries. And then if I have to do anything to it, I can. Okay. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? Okay. Let's see. I do have a stapler somewhere that maybe I'll staple it. Or what we can do is, I'm going to try this. Try making a knot. Make another one on top of that one. We're going to make kind of like a thick knot here. Gosh, I've had a headache for like 2 days and my voice is all raspy. I think it's the weather change. We're down like in the 70s. I'm gonna stick that knot in that hole. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we're gonna put a little bit of glue in there. This would be a cute little wall hanging. Okay. And I was gonna put a little dollop of hot glue. Let's see if this is still hot. Yep. Little dollop there. I don't think it's all that hot, so I should be able to get rid of whatever is excess here. Okay, now I'm going to kind of just shove that knot in there. Let's take our multi-tool, shove it in there. Oop, pop it in there. Not too far though, because it popped off my frame here. Do that again. We're going to add a little bit this time, not a lot. There. Okay. Just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Did I push it through too much again? Darn it. What is going on? Guys, why am I struggling here? the struggle bus today. Struggling. There we go. All right, let's push that down. Actually, I think some of the hot glue is under there. There we go. That would explain it. There we go. Okay. All right. Third time's a charm. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue in there. And then we're gonna leave it alone. Just a little bit. We're gonna take that knot. Actually hold that other piece down as well. Okay. That way we can still add a wood bead or whatever we want to do with that. Okay. All right. Let's see what kind of wood beads I have here. Ooh. Let's see. Maybe we'll use those, but I do see ones that just may work that are already colored that I don't have to color. Guys, look at that. Perfect. Perfect. That one. An orange. Oops. Or do I? Let's see. That's too dark. How about that? Maybe that's better. These seem kind of bright. What do we think? What do we think? This color. It's kind of pretty. What do you think about those? This is kind of the color of the surface here. Maybe we'll throw some of those in too. Okay. All right, let's do this. So we're gonna put some washi tape on the edge. This is a trick I learned when I was a kid, when our shoelaces, you know how that little plastic edge would come off? We would just put a piece of clear, like packing tape around. I'm gonna do this color, do that wood, this one, this one, and that one. There we go. How pretty is that? What do you guys think? Okay, then we can take that off. Put like a knot that, and then we'll do a knot at the top so we can hang it. There's that. Again, the frames are big enough that it will cover that hole if you want to just, you know, display it. Lean it up against something. Put it in a little display stand. Okay. Aw, how cute, guys. So fun. So this is our chalk spot. This is one of our chalk spot items. All right, the frames are through my wood shop. So if you'd like to get your hands on some of the different shapes of frames, go ahead and comment frames and I will get that out to you. See what I did here. Piece of the glue here. Oh, I love it. We're getting ourselves ready for fall. All right, guys. Thanks again for stopping by.